Hello, everybody. It's that time. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're feeling good. And if not, let's meditate. Give me a moment to, of course, get everything out. Let's see. There it is. Okay. Page. And that's interesting. Okay, let me do that. What the heck? Not now. One more, and then I'll be ready. Or then I'll almost be ready. I'm moving as quick as I can. Just wait for me for a second, please. And then inbox. Okay. Now I'm sharing out real quick. Okay. Moving as quick as I can. I apologize if this is taking a little bit. There are certain people who want to participate, and I'm making sure that they get notices and a path. And two more. And one more. There we go. All right, everybody. Okay. I am live. We always determine how things are going to happen, whether we realize it or not. If we believe that something positive can come out of something, it usually does. If we believe the worst in everything, that's what we get. You have to decide where it is you believe you want things. And make it happen for you. To do that, you have to be willing to put aside the negatives. Even when you've had negatives happen to you before. You have to say, you know what? I'm still going to make it happen. And you have to keep wanting it to happen positively. And every time you do something, you realize at that point if you got in your way, something else got in your way, or you didn't do something right. You learn from it. It takes a little bit of work, and I understand that's frustrating when you sit there and say, well, be positive. Well, you do have to be positive to move forward. So, tonight we're going to meditate on positive movement and getting rid of negative sabotage. Sometimes we even just sabotage ourselves, and that needs to be taken into consideration. So take a deep breath and let it out. You will be okay. Not because I say so, but because you will be. It's a choice. If you believe you will be okay, you will be okay. Relax. If you're not relaxed, find a position that you can be relaxed in. If you notice, I'm leaning up against something. Some people want to lay down. That's fine. I don't tell you not to. I'm all about relaxing so that you can let go. Now, go ahead and run some roots or lines from your butt or your feet down into the earth. Doesn't matter how high up you are. You can be 20 stories up in an apartment. You can still run lines and roots down into the earth. Once you've done that, start a flow of your energy down into the earth. And let any negativity about what it takes to be positive for you join the flow down into earth. It's not always easy. A lot of times you can sit there and say, well, the world's out to get me. Maybe, or maybe your own self is out to get you. Maybe you sabotage yourself. And let any energy about negatively sabotaging your own self join the flow down into the earth. And let any energy about others sabotaging you join the flow down into earth. And let any energy about trying to be positive and feeling like you can't do it join the flow down into the earth. And what reason don't you feel like you can do it? And let that join the flow down into the earth. Let it go down. You're okay now. I'm not here to judge you. And I'm not here to harm you. Let that negative go down into the earth. any energy about feeling negative with the responsibilities and burdens, join the flow down into the earth. And let any energy about not feeling, I correct myself, about feeling negative about your responsibilities and burdens. And let that join the flow down into the earth. As we grow up, it can get harder and harder to deal with all the things that are expected of us. And let that join the flow down into the earth. And let any energy about how you have sabotaged your own positive outlook join the flow down into the earth. And let any energy about how others have sabotaged your positive outlook join the flow down into the earth. Let any energy about how that makes you feel join the flow down into the earth. Let any energy about not feeling that you deserve to be happy join the flow down into the earth. And let any energy about feeling that you deserve to be happy join the flow down into the earth. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to believe that you deserve to be happy. There you go. Take a breath and let it out. Let any energy about how the world complicates your happiness, and let that join the flow down into the earth. And let any energy about how people have made the word simple negative, and let that join the flow down into the earth. Being simple is not a negative thing. Wanting to keep life simple is not a negative thing. If someone chooses to be simple, that is their choice, and not anybody else's to criticize. And let any energy about others criticizing the way you want to be join the flow down into the earth. okay to be simple. It's okay to be happy. You have that right to be happy. Not because I say so, but because you do. Let any energy about yourself and others convincing you that you don't have the right to be happy, and let that join the flow down into the earth. You are okay now. Let any energy about the busyness of the last couple days join the flow down into earth. Sometimes our days get so busy, we forget to stop and enjoy our lives and who we are, and let that join the flow down into the earth. You are allowed to enjoy your life. Even when you work, you are allowed to enjoy it if you want to. That's important. People tell you work is a drudge, a burden, an ends to a means. But it can be more. It can be gratifying. It's a way to be around other people and to communicate and feel. And let any energy from feeling that life and work are a burden join the flow down into earth. Things are only a burden if you decide they are. If you decide that life is worth being a part of, then it stops being a burden. And you start having your moments of enjoyment. And let any energy about convincing yourself you are not happy join the flow into the container. We can be happy even in the darkest of moments if we choose to. If we choose to find the positives and not focus on the negatives. All the time it is always a choice what we focus on. When something changes, I choose to be happy. During COVID, I had to cancel my vacation, and I couldn't go out as much to camp, but I still remained happy because I found other ways to do things. This year is that much better. I will be going camping. And I realize that it's all perspective. Let any energy about feeling negative with your perspective join the flow down into the earth. Many people want us to be negative. Because if we're negative, we're too busy being negative to realize what's really going on in this world. And we're too busy being negative to talk, to be happy, to do things that make us feel good. Let that negative join the flow down into the earth. We have many choices in this life. We can choose to be positive. We can choose to be negative. And we can choose how we go about it. Either way. I play a game during the day, and I stream it. Lately the game's gotten tedious with a bunch of people who no longer want to play and have fun. They just want to win. Winning is not always fun, and it's not always satisfying. That's one thing they don't teach you. Is it's not about winning. It's about knowing that you did your best and had fun doing it. When I was growing up, sports were just sports. They were just games. The coaches would say, go out and have fun. They didn't sit there and say, you have to win or you're going to regret it or you're going to, you're letting your team down. No. They still said, go out and have fun. And if you happen to win, great. But at least you did it without cheating. You can go to bed that night knowing that you did your best. Letting the energy about how you feel about your life, your success, your regrets. Let that join the flow down into the earth. Being successful doesn't mean you're happy. Because at some point, what does the success really mean? And let that join the flow down into the earth. Let any remaining negatives from this session join the flow down into the earth. Again, you don't have to recognize it for it to flow down into the earth. And once all that energy has flowed down into the earth, stop the flow of your energy to the earth. And pull your lines back up into you. And breathe. And be calm. You're allowed to feel calm. You're allowed to feel quiet. We forget that sometimes. There you go. Thank you for coming tonight. I'll be on again Thursday. If you liked what you heard and felt, please like, share, and subscribe so that you can be notified when I come on again. Breathe. You should be able to rest if you believe that you deserve to. Believe that you deserve it. Thank you. You have a good rest of your evening. Thank you for coming tonight. And I love you.